Poland. With a surface area of 312,000 square kilometers, it is a country that can be considered large compared to other European countries. It is also a remarkable country where the cities in the east of the country are different from those in the west, and the cities in the north are different from those in the south. In other words, cities in the country are not similar and differentiated from each other in terms of atmosphere, architecture and urbanism. The reason for these differences is due to the country's mixed history and the influence of both Eastern and Western cultures. 35% of the population live outside of Poland, mainly in countries such as the USA, Canada and Germany. Regionally, 50% of Poland's lands, of which nearly 35% are forests, are completely devoted to agriculture. It is seen that only 15% of the lands have been opened for development and urbanization has taken place. There are thousands of large and small lakes and 23 national parks in Poland. They also have twice as many coal reserves as the world average. Poland is also home to the rarest cattle population in Europe. Hundreds of European bison live in the Białowieża forest of 150,000 hectares. In the past, this country was a state founded by tribes in this geography. From the 14th century to the 17th century, it was a powerful state in Europe. They wanted to be erased from the stage of history every time by the rival states, but somehow they managed to rise from the ashes. But by the 1800s, Prussia, Russia and Austria divided the Polish state into parts and divided their lands among themselves. From this date on, a serious collapse began in Poland. Poland, which remained a tiny piece of land for many years, was subjected to numerous invasions and sieges. Despite gaining its independence with the Treaty of Versailles in 1918, Poland could not find peace. It was destroyed by the Germans, especially during World War II. Although the exact figures are not known according to the recorded figures, 1.5 million Poles were destroyed by the Germans. More than half of them were people of Jewish origin. After that day, Poland went to a new process with the Republican regime by getting help from states like the USA. And today it is one of the most peaceful countries in the world, fully independent. Poles place great emphasis on education, so much so that 90% of the population can speak at least 2 languages. In Poland, which is a religious country, 80% of the population goes to church regularly. It is understood from this that the Polish state has a very high quality and well-established education. Therefore, both Polish citizens and citizens of other countries prefer Poland for university education. If you are a student, I recommend you to go to the websites of the universities and get information. This country has also accomplished important scientific works. There are 17 Nobel Prize winners from Poland. For example, breaking the misconception that the Earth is the center of the universe. Copernicus, a scientist educated at the University of Krakow, was born in Poland in 1473. If you're going to Poland for sightseeing purposes, Old Krakow, which is on the UNESCO World Heritage List, Wieliczka Salt Mines, the oldest salt mine in the world, Słowiński National Park, which is a vast land like a desert, Auschwitz Camp, which witnessed the most painful days of World War II. You should definitely see the Tatra Mountains, one of Europe's rare untouched lands, and castles such as Wawel and Malbork. Also, if you go there, you will witness that the Poles drink beer heavily. This country is the 3rd largest producer of liquor in Europe. They even make vodka with green grass or gold chips in it. Therefore, we can say that they have surpassed themselves in the production of liquor. They always drink dry vodka at birth, at wedding, at death. Accordingly, you may be disturbed by alcoholics, especially in the big cities of Poland. Although the state allocates free accommodation and rehabilitation centers to these people, they prefer to live on the street. But the Polish police are always on the alert, and they intervene quite harshly against those who tend to riot on the streets. If you want to know where Poland is on the map, it is located in Central Europe, and to the west is Germany, Slovakia to the south, Belarus to the east, and the Baltic Sea to the north. By the way, let us remind you that the capital of the country is Warsaw. The population of the country is exactly 38 million. In other words, Poland has an extremely large population. I would not recommend going to Poland in winter. Although it is extremely fascinating and beautiful to see European architectures under the snow, life in Poland, like other European countries, is stagnant in winter, my friends. There, life comes to life precisely between May and October. Poles are organized and hardworking, as well as fun-loving. Pubs and clubs are always full on Friday and Saturday. As I just mentioned, Poland is located in Europe. However, there is a situation that it is a more economical country than other European countries. So if you make a comparison, and Italy is not as expensive as a Germany or France, even when you use the country's both urban and intercity transportation systems, You can't realize how high quality and economical transportation is. In addition, there are many foreign language schools in the country, so tens of thousands of students from different ethnic origins go to Poland for education. Polish people do not have negative approaches to these people, but they also like to introduce their country and culture. Moreover, thanks to foreign language schools, their countries are getting richer and earning income. Although the official language of the country is Polish, English education for young people is common. However, most of the people over the age of 40 do not speak English, my friends. You should not address Poles as you when asking questions. Polish has a somewhat formal background and people place a high value on oratory. People here celebrate name days just as they celebrate birthdays. Those born in Poland are given a name approved by the church, and they celebrate their names. Poland has experienced great shocks throughout its history due to World War II and different invasions. As a matter of fact, this was directly reflected in their economy. They became a member of the European Union in 2004 and thus received a lot of investment from European Union countries. Therefore, one of the countries that benefited most from the formation of the European Union is Poland. Sectors such as shipbuilding, textile, chemistry, metal industry, aircraft and machinery manufacturing constitute the main industry of Poland. Along with Germany, it is the largest coal producer in Europe. Therefore, the mining industry is well developed in the country.
On the other hand, game lovers know that the producer of games such as Witcher 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Dying Light is of Polish origin. They have made a great entry in the game industry in the last 20 years and are now one of the most valuable game companies in the world. CD Projekt Red and Techland bring billions of dollars to the Polish economy. Let's talk about the Polish realities. To settle in Poland, you need a residence permit. If you apply for a residence permit, you expect at least 6 months for it to be completed. Believe me, there are even those who apply and wait for a residence permit for 2 years. Even if you get a residence permit, you will face serious procedures to rent a house there. For example, you will rent a house with 3 people. The landlord chooses the best one among you, legally guarantees him, and has him sign a contract. If the 3 of you can't pay the rent, the debt goes to that guarantor friend. The fact that you come from a foreign country causes the landlord to be 3 times wary of you. Unfortunately, if you have a brunette and oriental appearance, Polish landlords may not want to give you their house, using certain excuses. This, of course, is heartbreaking. On the other hand, since nearly half of the Polish youth immigrated to more developed European countries, when you go to Poland, you may find yourself in an older generation. They certainly do not use English for transactions in government offices, car buying and selling, or renting a house. And you need to learn Polish to get things done. If you don't know the dialect and you're looking for a job, you start life there 5 zeros behind. When hiring companies there, they first check whether you are Polish or not, and then whether you know Polish. Do you think you can live on minimum wage in Poland? As of 2022, the minimum wage in Poland is 3,100 zlotys gross. 30% of this is given to taxes, so you have a net amount of 200 zlotys left. House rents in small cities of Poland are as much as 600–700 zlotys. In megacities like Warsaw, it is around 1,000–1,200 zloty. Since market prices are also quite expensive due to inflation, you need to allocate at least 500 zloty per month for your market expenses. Of course, this is only for one person. If 200 of the average 500–600 zloty you have left from the minimum wage goes to the transportation bills, you will only have 300–400 zlotys left. With that money, unfortunately, you cannot travel or buy yourself beautiful clothes, houses, cars, technological devices. But don't let this scare you, because in Poland all the difficulties are until you get a residence permit and find a job in a corporate place. If you get these 2 done, almost nobody in this country works for minimum wage. But in order to achieve prosperity there, you need to work hard for at least 5 years. It is very difficult to make big money there as soon as you go and to set up from scratch in a short time. I think that's enough for now. If you like the video and leave lots of comments, I can prepare more detailed videos about Poland. See you in the new video. Bye.